G'day guys, we're just out here in Mickleham today testing out the all-new Classic 350 from Royal Enfield. They've redesigned the bike from the ground up using an all-new frame, all new colours, all new tank, and they've used the new single 350 seen in the Meteor previously.
Building off the new Meteor 350, the Royal Enfield Classic 350 has finally received its long-awaited makeover. The popular historic-inspired machine has been catapulted into the 21st century with electronic fuel injection, turn-by-turn navigation available as an accessory, and ABS, all while maintaining that humble Royal Enfield charm. As I got to know the updated model through the twists and turns of rural Victoria, I picked up on what its strong points were and where it seemed to get let down. Jumping on the bike for the first time, I instantly noticed the slightly awkward positioning of the foot pegs. They sit between a cruiser and a normal road bike style setup, meaning when I was pushing the bike back and forth, they kept catching on my shins. Once you're up and running though, the change in position isn't noticeable, and if it's your first bike, you'll have no issues warming up to it. Attributing to its easy rideability, you can just keep the little air-cooled 350 pinned without going over the speed limit. Considering it only has 20.2 horsepower, it makes it just enough to keep up with Aussie roads. You won't be breaking any land speed records though, as the best we could get was about 120 km per hour with a tailwind and a slipstream line. Being taken back to all the great memories I had zipping around on my first bike made me enjoy the Classic 350 more as we snaked through country roads and I reminisce riding to school every day with the throttle either at 100% or closed. Just about everything to do with the model update had reliability in mind. The clutch action is incredibly easy and you would really have to try to get the 350 to stall. This is thanks to their 7-plate wet clutch system, which Royal Enfield have purposely engineered to be easy to use. I can see this being a great perk for people looking to buy or ride their first ever bike. The gearbox worked well to have a linear speed increase all the way up to 100 km per hour, until you flick into 5th gear where the Classic 350 seemed to die down. If Royal Enfield had gone with a shorter 5th gear, the bike could have easily done over 110 km an hour without running out of power. But most owners won't be too interested in touring on these, they're just the perfect bike to run around town on. In terms of suspension, the twin tube emulsion shocks were quite soft. When I hit a few bumps, having the bike leant over, I felt the rear end compress super low, and then it shot me back up as it tried to launch me off the seat. Just how soft the suspension is can be seen here as I'm riding on something that would be considered a smooth road in Australia, but the tyre suspension system has been a comfortable change from most bikes in this class. Everything in terms of comfort seemed to cement the Classic 350 spot as a genuine contender for those shopping for their first bike. The front end featured a 41mm telescopic fork setup. Combine this with the wide bars and ergonomics that cause you to sit upright, make it easy to do plenty of slow turns and keep the bike balanced. For learner riders, this means you shouldn't have any issues tackling the most exam on it to secure your P-plates. While the whole bike was easy to ride, when it came to the brakes I was slightly disappointed. If you've ever done a bad job at bleeding your brake system, you'll know exactly how the Classic 350s felt. I believe if you're going to make a bike for first time riders, then safety should be a high priority. The single 300mm disc with twin piston floating caliper at the front needed to be improved to efficiently bring the heavy 190kg machine to a halt. All of the bikes felt different to ride, especially when it came to the brakes. Riding them back to back and feeling the differences gave a hand-built sense to them, but across all of them, the brakes were spongy and vague. The dual-channel ABS system worked quite well when slamming on the front and rear brakes. Testing for emergency stops, I felt no lockups at all. Royal Enfield have done a wonderful job designing the Classic 350. Ever since it burst onto the market back in 2008, it has appealed to a crowd searching for a classic bike without all the upkeep of one. In 2022, 4 variants and 9 different colours are available to choose from. It's a tough choice between a chromey cruiser or an aggressive matte war inspired 350. Royal Enfield have removed some of the tacky styling choices from previous models, like the unnecessary Kickstarter, and they've added plenty of Classic 350 badges while integrating some of the parts like the forks and headlights, giving the whole bike a premium feel for a really affordable price. Adding to rideability is the 19-inch wheel at the front and the 18-inch at the rear. The big wheels help soak up most of the potholes in the road while adding stability at highway speeds. The twin down-tube spine frame was also strengthened to help stiffen out the bike, while the changes in the shocks help make the bike easier to ride at high and low speeds. Diving a little bit deeper into the making of the new 350cc single, a heap of development has gone into making the new engine easy on the wallet and easy on new riders. Thanks to its EFI system, the throttle response has been optimised for a linear acceleration. The new engine also has a 5-speed gearbox with the 5th gear being an overdrive, taking the stress off the engine while highway cruising, but as previously mentioned, it struggles to keep the revs up on any road that isn't flat. Pricing starts from $7,990 right away, and it's battling with other capable 300cc LAMS bikes like the Yamaha MT-03, CF Moto 300NK, Kawasaki Z400, and Honda CB300R. You're not getting a whole heap of tech either like some of the bikes I listed before. The Classic 350 is bare bones with only a single analog dial speedometer and an LCD screen that displays simple information. You can opt for the turn-by-turn navigation pod as an optional extra, but for the price it should really be included as standard, with the option to remove it like on the Meteor 350. The entry-level price, I can see myself struggling to part with that kind of money when I know what else is available. With that being said, it's the perfect bike for someone who isn't a motorcycle nut. If you're looking for something that's easy to ride and extremely cheap to maintain, while catching the eye of passerbys even in its stock form, then this bike is perfect for you. The Royal Enfield Classic 350 is now available at dealerships. Running through all the colour schemes, you have Classic Chrome, which is a dual-tone tank colour, and it's available in Chrome Red and Chrome Bronze. The retail is around $8,790 right away. Then you have the Classic Dark colour scheme. It's available in Stealth Black and Gunmetal Grey colours. These come fitted with alloy wheels and tubeless tyres. You can pick one up for $8,690 right away. The Classic Signals colour scheme is available in March Grey and Desert Sand. Each bike has a unique number that's stenciled on the tank. You can ride away on one of these for $8,290. Next up is the Halcyon series, which is available in green, grey or black colours. This is the base model and it retails for $7,990 right away. That wraps up our rundown of the new Classic 350. Make sure you like and subscribe to stay up to date with all the latest bike news. Check out the full written review on BikeReview.com.au and let us know what your thoughts are on the new model in the comments below.